Welcome to the Enginerdy Show. This is Mr. Pold.
I'm St. Jimmy.
I'm DVD.
And we're the
three
Enginerds.
nerdos.
We are three
nerdos.
Oh.
Enginerdos. We are the
Three
Enginerdos.
We.
Oh, man.
Second thought, that's a silly place.
I have to push the Pramalot.
Our fake sponsor this week is Cranberry Socks, the holiday footwear that you can eat.
I like how it comes out shaped like the can.
Yes.
I like all the different toe jam flavors.
How
Sold
festive.
separately. Oh.
Toe jam sold separately.
Yeah. So what's been going on, guys? It's been lovely weather the last few days.
I have a
Weather.
sunburn.
I've been riding my motorcycle even though I don't have to.
I played softball again.
I played
What?
golf.
How dare you?
Yes. And the sun was positioned in the non-optimal spot for people trying to bat a ball out of the air.
Aw.
Blame an architect. Most likely a landscape architect laid out that park.
Yeah. Batting was difficult, to say the least, because once the ball got to a certain point in its arc, you could no longer see it.
You just hit the
because
sun.
sun was right there. But regardless of that difficulty, I was able to hit a pretty good ball.
Because everybody was surprised that you...
I think all my batting cage practice has helped. So
That
I
would
was
help.
able
Practice
to
makes
judge
perfect.
where the ball was going to be and swing my bat in accordance
nice.
with that.
Then,
So I hit it between, like, over the second baseman's head, and it didn't make it.
I prefer to hit it through his head.
It was like between the outfielders and the infielders.
That's
so
a perfect spot in softball to hit it.
Yes, I was able to make it to first base without tripping.
Ooh.
Before or after the game?
No, on that hit.
Oh.
The problem I have now is I have trouble stopping on the base.
He's too fast.
I overran second and third base, and I had to hurry up and skid
What about
around
home?
and get back
Did
on.
you overrun home?
No, because we got out before I was able to get home.
Aw.
Somebody hit a pop fly that was caught.
That's horrible. You didn't run over and hit the guy so he couldn't catch it?
No?
Oh. I wouldn't either.
It was good.
I played at one of the nicest golf courses around where we live.
Oh, yeah?
It's very nice. It also has a casting club associated with it. And there's a collar rule. You have to wear a collared shirt.
Ooh.
Did you get cast in
Fancy.
any good movies?
I did not. I got cast in the lake.
Oh!
Now, I used some of my new golf balls I got for Christmas, my Titleist Pro V1Xs, and I
Yeah.
lost 4 of them
Hmm.
because it's a difficult course.
Gators?
I improved my last time I played there, though, so
Oh.
I didn't have any double-digit
Holes.
holes, which is nice.
That is good.
I did get a little bit of sun, which is
Can't
good.
tell.
Not in here, you can't.
I try to avoid getting sun.
Well, when I was standing in outfield, I was in shade, so...
My typical golf course that I usually play on my birthday is closed on the day that my birthday is this year.
Oh.
What?
It's always closed on that day. So I have to golf on Monday.
You have to?
Yes.
Oh, man.
But golf course, if I go out in the morning, I could just keep on playing until you can't, unless you leave the course and you have to pay again. But if you just stay on the course, you can play over and over again.
Oh, cool.
I think.
So
That
you're
was the
gonna
old
play-
rule. Maybe I should ask.
Or just do it.
That's true. Hopefully it's raining, so there'll be fewer people.
Excuse
So you're
me,
gonna have,
sir.
like, 38 holes or
How many holes have you played?
36
Just
holes?
one.
I've only done
87 times.
27 at one go before.
Whoa.
We got done. We're like, let's play the back nine again. I could probably, I'd like to do 36.
Can you play like a middle 9?
Right. Well, I've also been there where there was people in front of me taking too long, so I kind of skipped past them. And
Oh.
And they were like,
play different
why is
holes.
that guy skipping?
Have my club swinging around.
You're just trying to distract them.
And when I played on this past Tuesday, I only threw 3 clubs.
Whoa.
So it's a vast improvement.
You know, it's out of flesh.
I don't throw them very hard or very far because I understand the cost of them.
Nor do you throw them into trees.
No, I do not throw them into trees like certain friends of ours. LG.
Wah, wah.
He's trying to get a golf ball out, so.
You got a golf ball stuck in a tree?
I think so.
Is it
And
embedded in?
And then 2 clubs.
Yeah.
Wow, I think it's not worth saving the ball.
And I got a new golf bag
Ooh.
because my friend that got me addicted to golf, who I bought my clubs
Your
from,
golf
he
dealer?
got a new. Yeah, he keeps giving me stuff just enough to keep me interested. No, he got a new bag, so he gave me his old one.
Papa's got a brand new bag.
So now I got to get rid of one of the kids' golf bags and either give them the one I have right now and use the new one, or it's a nice tailor-made one. So I might just transition over. Because the one I have
I
now has a
see.
little pocket that's like insulated, so you put cold stuff in it. But I don't usually drink
Cold stuff.
cold stuff on a golf course.
Oh. That's
He only drinks
interesting.
warm things. Lukewarm.
This one has way more pockets, so
Mm.
might be worth switching over.
Yeah. You could convert one of the pockets into a cold thing
And-
holder.
I could, or it might have it. I haven't investigated very much, but it does have each club separated,
Oh.
which apparently he found kind of annoying. So I'm not sure if that would annoy me or not.
Hmm.
I think it'd be nice if I could keep them organized.
Yeah.
I have a habit of halfway through realizing that I've been putting clubs back in the wrong spot. Then I'm like, oh, I think I left my 9-iron. Oh, wait, there it is. It's hiding in the shade of my driver, which I still go into my kid's bag and pull the driver out of the $50 Walmart when because when I bought clubs for my friend, all he had was a 1-wood as his
Oh.
farthest club, and it's got a small little head on it.
It's a,
I
like
need to get
a,
an oversized driver like everyone else has.
it's like a pea on a toothpick.
Yes, it is.
Cool. It's, well, you know. It's not an orange on a toothpick.
That's true. It's small.
Or a cantaloupe.
Whoa.
Trying to think of something bigger. Watermelon.
You win. Oh,
Pumpkin.
Oh, you can get a pumpkin pretty big.
that's true.
Look at the pumpkin on that lad.
Speaking of fruits, no, just kidding.
That's a gourd.
You're a gourd.
Your face is a gourd? Your gourd goes to college?
Gordy McGord face.
It's a Gordian knot.
According to studies.
Oh boy.
Gourd on with it.
Gourd on with it.
No one expects a Spanish gourdization.
No, that's a stretch.
It's a stretch.
Inquisition?
No, it's not going to
What?
work.
Behind the gourd?
It is the gourd.
All right, shall we do nerdiculture?
I guess.
Have fun
Like-
storming the gourd.
Gourd thing was going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Lock the doors and hope they don't have gourds.
Lock the gourd and hope they don't have plasters.
Why are you locking your gourd?
The little clip thing.
It's a male gourd.
With a gourdity belt.
Padlock, that's what I was looking for.
Gourd in the belt.
All right, so we watched another Stephen King film.
Yay! I know it's been a while.
Yeah, it's Needful Things.
We didn't put dates on these, which is probably good.
Yeah. Well, we did say it would probably take more than a year to
So
get
I'm the
through
one
all
that
of
read the
them.
book, right?
Yeah, I haven't read it.
You're
I
the
read the
only
book-
person on earth who's read the book.
Well, out of our show.
Oh,
and I
okay.
read the book in the 90s.
Whoa.
You could read in the 90s?
The movie was
Yes.
made in the 90s
I know.
also. And it starred Ed Harris.
Although it's funny because where is Ed Harris? His hair's gone.
You had hair then.
Yeah.
Kind of.
He had a receding
It's
hairline.
a false one.
I
With a bald
knew a
spot.
guy in high school named Ed Harris.
Did you?
Yes.
Al Harris. played defensive back in the NFL.
Well, I didn't know Al Harris. I knew Ed Harris. His sister was my age.
What's her name?
My age.
Her first name is the same as my wife's first name. Mrs.
Oh.
Mrs.
Oh, Mrs. Harris.
Well, it's not. Actually, it's not Mrs. Harris because she got...
Married?
Her maiden name was Harris. She didn't marry someone with the same last name as her.
Maybe she hyphenated her new last name. Her
Harris
husband's
Harris?
was meant.
Out of most of
Amy Harrisment.
most of the girls I went to high school with, she would probably be the most likely to do that.
Hyphenate?
Yeah.
She likes to belong to her dad?
I don't know.
I don't think you're man enough to take for me to take your name. I need to keep my dad's name. Because he's manner. More
Or
manner.
make her husband take her last name.
That'd be better. Logistically, make more sense.
Sometimes.
So you get several generations. How many names do you need? Just keep on hyphenating. It's going to expand exponentially because both sides are going to start hyphenating.
I think every
Well-
time you hyphenate, you have to take.
When you
half the
hyphenate,
word
do you
letters
give your
out.
kids the hyphenated last name, or do
you
they
should
just...
do a mix-up, mashup of your names.
Well, do the kids get the hyphenated last name, or just the mom?
Yes.
Am I going to get hate mail if I say maybe you should just change your last name to pretentious and then get over with it?
Well, like, some people combine their last names, but the only example I could give you was a guy whose last name was Wiener. So I could see the wife not wanting to...
So we knew that family.
And
His
so
last name
he
was...
married someone named Schnitzel, so they changed
Yes.
it to Wiener Schnitzel.
No, it was Smith. Wiener Smith.
Hey, that's the guy that draws the SMBC comics.
Yeah, his last name used to just be Wiener
Oh, was it?
till he got married.
Well, we knew a family...
I thought if they were going
last
to
name was-
combine the names, they'd be like Smeener.
Smith Wiener?
Maybe I shouldn't say this on the podcast, but there was a family knew that his last name was Tinkle. And they waited till the grandfather passed away, and then they changed their name. It's
To
unfortunate.
urinate.
Yeah. I'm glad
They
you said
changed
that
it
because
to
I was going to go a
latrine.
little more risque. Sorry, Mom.
You changed it to latrine?
Yes.
Oh, I got my wife earlier with a joke.
Oh, Riri.
Yes.
That doesn't often happen.
I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Which one?
Oh, I told her that I had a friend
Which
at work
wife?
that used to race race
Oh.
snails. It's like he had to get out of the business when he thought they'd make him faster to take their shells off. But it turned out it just made him more sluggish. She claimed I'm like my dad. It's like, you're like your dad to just tell stories that people think are real until he gets to the punchline. It's like, you believe me when I said I had a friend that raced snails?
That's the first problem.
Oh, boy. The draft's going on, so
It's like
DVD's
my-
phone is going to keep making the NFL
It's like we were
sound.
at
The draft's over, though. I'm not sure why it's still notifying me.
we were at the beach, and my daughter found a little shell, and it turned out it was a snail. And she said, "Hey, there's a slug in this shell." Like, actually, that's probably a snail. Oh yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So,
The movie.
Oh yeah, we watched a movie, didn't we?
Who else was
So we're
in
going to give a
that?
synopsis?
Don S. Davis was in it.
You're just going to name character actors?
What? What? He said who else was in it?
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Oh.
I was going to say the synopsis is there's a small town in Maine, probably, based
Yes.
on
Yeah.
two actors'
Castle
attempts
Rock.
at two actors' attempts at having accents.
Mm-hmm.
And a new store opens up where all your wildest dreams
Oh,
are
Max
for sale.
von Sydow
Oh,
is
yeah.
the proprietor of the store.
He's from TV shows such as what's that show called?
Game of Thrones.
I was looking
He was
for my
in
things.
The Force Awakens.
Which is funny because where he lives or his main castle in Game of Thrones is Castlery Rock or something,
Oh.
which I thought was funny. I think that's him. I hope that's him now that I've said that.
He did look familiar. Oh, he was in Minority Report.
So basically, he would
Oh, yeah.
get people to buy things from his store that were their
He was in
desire.
Dune,
Oh yeah,
He was in Robin
was?
Hood.
the 2010 Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Rush Hour 3,
Judge Dredd.
the original
Strange
Judge
Brew.
Dredd.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So, anyways, people couldn't quite afford it, but he would give them a discount if they played an innocent prank on somebody else in the town.
well, and the things that he was giving them was like tailored to them.
Right.
It was like this thing that they had always wanted that
Right.
he could like magically come
Provide.
up with. So like one kid, it was a baseball card that was the only one he was missing from his collection, and it was like a $500 card, and he had the kid give him like $1, and then he said, "That's half the cost. The other half is you have to do this prank, and no one will ever find out." So he does it.
But it leads to
Yeah,
feuds
everything is
and
like
violence.
each thing in and of itself, at first, seems
kind of
somewhat
innocent.
innocent, but it just makes everybody slightly madder at each other, and it's usually aimed at, implying that this person that they have a problem with is doing it, even though it isn't them. Oh, and Don S. Davis, the guy from Stargate,
Yes.
is in it.
And
Yes.
Biodome. No. The dome.
Under the Dome.
Under the dome.
Was he in that?
I don't remember, but I was picturing our picture we had for our show with the...
That was
Oh,
Dean
that's
Norris.
A different guy.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the guy from Breaking Bad.
Weird. My brain is connecting this as being the same person.
They're not. They're both bald.
Weird. Just more than one bald guy?
Mhm.
Yes.
Not Patrick Stewart?
Well, there's Ed Harris.
Yeah, he's very bald.
Anyways, so then people start fighting and causing their own problems and eventually murdering each other and rioting and looting, and it turns out he's
Satan.
the devil. And he goes and this is what he does for fun. But Ed Harris is the chief of police or the sheriff or whatever. And he has to try and stop it before it gets too out of hand. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Yes, it was good.
I liked it too.
So should we do our ratings?
Yes.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun. I started them and I didn't finish. So I'll just
I
do
didn't
it right
start,
now.
so.
Title quality. Needful Things.
Well, it is the name of the store.
And it's kind of things they needed. They didn't know they needed, I guess.
I don't think they really needed them.
But he made them think they did.
Yeah, he was very slick.
And as they went, it seemed like they needed the things more. Like the farther into the town he got.
Yeah, some of them were things that was like, hey, this will solve this problem you have.
Right.
And then, yeah,
And it's based on a book.
of the same title.
Yes.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it was like, I mean, the title, it
None
wasn't
of the word needful is kind of a word you don't really hear.
Yeah,
very
it's
often.
interesting. It makes it stand out. So I'd probably rate it above average, but not as good as like great Silver Bullet, which was a great title.
That was a
So
good title.
I'd probably say maybe like a 6.
I'm gonna go 7.
I'll say 6.
Come on.
You can do it.
All right, casting I thought was pretty good.
Good casting.
I thought it was good casting.
Yeah.
I'd give it
7.
8.
I'll go
Stuck on 7s
with the
recently.
Nate. That sounds good. All right, soundtrack. I actually thought it was pretty good,
Negative
except for
4.
that one song. And they made the annoying song even more annoying by having it skip.
With the same line over and over again. But it is a famous song, you could say, I guess.
It seemed like it was
A lot of the music
apt
seemed to be
for that
applied.
scene.
Yeah, a lot of the songs were applicable to this
yeah.
We're talking about Billy Ray Cyrus.
achy
Don't-
breaky heart.
Yeah, Achy Breaky Heart. I'm not going to sing it.
I will.
I can't even
Don't break
No.
my heart, my achy breaky heart, because I can't sing a single note.
I can't even stand to listen to the parody of it by Weird Al.
Don't play that song. That achy breaky song.
So other than I guess
Other than that, I was actually after that song, I started trying to pay attention.
I like Cat's
And
Eye
I was
music
like,
better.
oh,
I think
That music was actually pretty decent.
I'm gonna go 7.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna do. 7.
All right, we'll just all go 7s. Cinematography,
I thought it was really
It
good.
was fine.
I thought it was pretty good.
Didn't stand out, but it was.
I'm gonna say 7.
Okay, I would say maybe like a
This is starting to look like my golf
6
card.
or 5.
I was
Like
gonna
all
do
better.
5.
Okay,
It's pretty average to me. It seemed.
all right.
Maybe it's just because it's getting newer. Like 93 is pretty new
yeah.
compared to
Special
Cell.
effects.
I like the
Those were
special
good.
effects.
Yeah, there was some head cleaver action.
Some horrifying animal action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll 8.
7.
All right. I'll say 7 also. Stunts. There was falling out of windows.
Yes, there was. There was throwing of mud, feeding of turkeys.
Feeding of turkeys.
That's a stunt.
I don't think that was a stunt man. I think that guy did his own turkey feeding.
You think so? I don't know. It looks pretty dangerous. Turkeys are mean birds.
There was some automobile
There was
accidents.
explosions with
Oh,
people
yeah.
diving over cars during the explosion.
Yeah.
Oh well. Guess I give
It's a
it
good solid 7.
Yeah, I guess I'll go 7.
All right. I'm down. Plot. I thought the
I liked
plot
the
was really
plot.
good.
Yeah, good plot.
I think it in general followed the book, but it's been so long since I've read it that
It made me want to read the book.
the
that's
book's
for
really
sure.
good.
I'll give it a 9.
It's a little slower burn. Like oh crap! As you watch stuff go horribly wrong.
Do you think they'd be able to make a TV series out of it?
Yeah.
you have to go to? Well, each season could be a different town.
That's true.
We could see a big town. You could see a small town. You could see a foreign town. You could see an alien town.
What are you
Toon
plotting?
town.
What do you say for plot?
8.
Okay. Continuity.
It-
Seemed good.
Yeah, I didn't notice
yeah.
any holes.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, nothing stood out to me.
How did the kid get the gun?
Well, that was the gun that
Because at a certain point they did explain how everything connected throughout how everyone thought everyone else did.
Right.
so
bad
that
things.
gun is the gun that the shopkeeper took from the town
Right.
selectman, but it didn't explain how the kid got it.
I'm
But
guessing he
it
gave it
was
to him.
implied that the shopkeeper must have given it to him. So
Wonder what if he wanted him to do something else with it, and he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't go that far.
maybe.
Because he did give a gun to some other guy.
Yeah, the 2 other guys, right?
Yeah, but it never explained that anybody did anything bad to the kid. I guess his mom, but not him.
Which I didn't even know the
That lady
kid's
was his mom.
was. I mean, I kept seeing that lady in the background.
Yeah, you don't find out it's his mom until the end.
Must have cut that
And
scene.
It was
And
just like,
she just seemed like this
Vapid.
flower child 60s lady.
yeah, I was like, that's his mom?
Yeah, that was kind of strange.
Well, she didn't make him go to school. At the very beginning, some lady's like, aren't you supposed to be in school? And he's like, I'm sick.
I have a cold.
But he doesn't act sick, and
No.
he's just like riding his bike through the woods and into town and then goes into the shop. It's like, okay.
8.
There weren't really any other kids in the whole movie, were there?
No, there wasn't.
He was the only kid in the whole town. All right, what are you going to give?
7.
All right, I'll go 7. Characters.
Good characters.
Yeah,
solid
pretty good.
characters.
Yeah, that's a good.
Some crazy characters.
Yeah, the 2 religious leaders were good.
That was pretty funny. Those were good.
I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, 8.
Acting.
So there's a problem I had.
Okay. The accents.
As a director,
Oh,
everyone try it or no one try it as far as accents.
Yeah.
'Cause it was inconsistent
Yeah.
at best. The best thing I can say is the one lady with the worst accent was like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Nettie. Pot.
She seems like she always acts that part, though. So is that how she is in real life?
Possibly.
Was she acting? Oh,
I don't know, but her accent was,
yeah.
I don't know, New England accent.
Well, and it's funny because they made such a big deal out of like the sheriff and this guy being out of towners that
Right.
moved there. So
But you
it implies that everybody else, is from the area, but no New England accent. Which I don't know.
I'll knock my continuity down to a 7.
Okay.
I just realized that it kind of like, at one point I noticed when she was locking the doors that she wasn't using her fingers. And that's when they introduced that she had like her crippling
Horrible arthritis.
arthritis. I was like,
Yeah.
what? It's out of nowhere. Okay.
Yeah, that was a
acting.
weird plot point.
7.
I'll say
acting.
7.
Okay.
I think I'd like Ed Harris's acting. I think he was good.
Yeah, and the
shopkeeper was good.
Oh, yeah.
I think the kid was really good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the others.
What's a kid in recently?
What was he in?
Anything? 'Cause he was good. There he is.
Oh, Shane Meyer.
Is he still acting? Silver Wolf.
2002.
Quest. The Quest. I've seen that one. Unforgiven. That's a good one. That's also has Ed Harris, doesn't it? No, Unforgiven is somebody else.
So his latest credit is 2005, and it's a cartoon.
Dun, dun,
Well, he's 40 years
dun.
old.
He's my age.
Yeah, he was born the same year as you.
So he's 16 when he was doing that part.
He's a little over a month. He looked a lot younger than 16.
Did I
he
look younger like that when I was 16? I don't know.
I don't know.
Actors look younger because they're short.
Okay, so dialogue. I thought it was.
There
pretty
wasn't
good.
any like turning lemonade or making lemonade in your pants.
Yeah, there was
Right.
no schlocky.
Yeah.
Even the turkey chick, other stuff I've seen her in, she seems kind of like she would have lines like that, and she didn't in this.
I totally bought that relationship, her and her husband.
Oh,
To the
yeah.
point I commented, I was like, I don't think that he like asked her to marry him. I think she just
Yeah.
said we're getting married.
That
I
was
was like, well, okay.
interesting because they didn't spend a lot of time on anybody's backstory,
No,
but,
but they're good enough.
you got it. You
Yeah, you
knew
knew,
who they
right.
were.
It's very iconic character.
I thought the dialogue was
characteristics.
pretty good.
I did too. I think it's. I'm gonna go 8.
Okay,
Just based
I was
on
thinking-
Ray
I
ratings
was
in other
doing
movies.
8 too, because the shopkeeper
Yeah, he's
kept
and Ed Harris.
having. I mean,
It
he
was-
kept inserting words
Right.
into it to.
He said soul a lot.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was great. I liked
it was
And-
well written.
Heat and.
And I liked his reaction at the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, he.
I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah,
horror
horror. There was
The dog
a
part
couple
was-
spots with the dog and the
knife fight.
knife fight. Yeah,
And there's
And the-
suspense throughout.
Yeah,
yeah.
the guy handcuffed to his car in his garage with the.
Oh, he ends
Yeah.
up with the hammer. Yeah. So let's see.
As far as horror goes,
Probably. I was thinking like a 6.
Yeah.
Maybe
I was
it's not really
thinking
scary.
6.
Yeah, put me 6 also.
All right.
Oh no, we did 666.
Were there any LOLs?
There were.
I think I laughed it
few.
all out.
Seemed like
a
it.
couple times, like when Lady got the cleaver in the head. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I kinda
Leave it
laughed
to
with-
Cleaver. Oh,
Lead with the cleaver.
I can't remember the parts I laughed. But I remember I laughed a couple places.
yeah. So maybe like a. I was thinking maybe like a 3.
I liked when the Protestant put a sticker over the casino night sign on the
Oh,
Catholic
yeah.
church. That was funny.
I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
5.
All right. Quotability.
I said there's a quote for the big movie, but I can't remember what it was, so that doesn't really lend itself to quotability, does it?
Buster.
You make love like a hero. Oh no, that was Maximum
I
Overdrive.
still remember that from Maximum Overdrive.
I know.
We should go back and adjust our quotability based on that.
Well, there it's his. That's the
He gave
highest.
6 for you. That's true. That is for all of them, huh? For all of us. 4.
I'd give it a 5, just average.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna give it a 3. Oh, you said 4. Awaketitude?
8.
Yeah.
Kept my interest.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I'd probably go 8.
Yeah.
And puns.
There was the shopkeeper was
There
dropping some
That's true.
There were some.
wordplay.
So,
Probably more than other ones.
yeah.
6 because above average.
Yeah, I was gonna do 6.
Okay.
This is gonna be our highest ranked one, I think.
Grouptitude. Would you watch this on your own?
Yeah, I would.
I
definitely.
think I would. That's pretty good
It was good.
grouptitude.
I'd give it 8.
Okay.
I'll go 7. I don't think it's more than Cat's Eye for me.
I'll give it an 8. I liked it. All right. So,
Whoa.
I was going to say Master's Ed. Mr. Pold gave it a 7.1. I gave it a 6.9. And DVD gave it a 7.1.
So it's not my favorite so far.
No, this is below Cat's Eye for all of us.
I think I
Oh,
agree.
no. You liked it better.
Yeah, I liked it just a smidge more better.
Okay.
Smidge
That's good
better.
English.
Yeah.
So
The English
IMDb
as well.
gave this 6.2 out of 10, so we rated it higher than IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes top critics gave this a
They didn't like it?
26,
That's why they're dumb.
and the audience gave it a 44, so we're
Really?
higher than both of those.
That surprises me.
So the combined score from other sites is 4.4, and we gave it a 7.03,
Maybe people don't like the
which is just
Satan
below
as a
Cat's
character.
Eye. Yeah, I don't know why they would rank this lower than
It's too religious.
Silver Bullet or Riding the Bullet. This was way better than Riding the Bullet.
Yeah.
And the Mangler, they rated the Mangler higher than this?
That's weird.
Dumb.
It's probably not the same people.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, so this comes in second place so far.
Barely, yeah. It's just
By-
below Cat's Eye.
Yeah, a few hundredths. Okay. So Needful Things, we rented it
This-
on Amazon Prime
this
for
gives
like
me
$4.
A lot of hope for from here on to the end.
We've had 2
Yeah.
pretty good ones in a row.
So here's the quandary. The next one is a sequel, but it's an anthology.
I don't think it matters then. You
Okay.
can watch it.
I think we're fine.
So
without
So next up is Creepshow 2.
Where's Creepshow 1?
It
That's
was
way up
pretty
there, huh?
high. Let's
I didn't
see.
see it. Wow. Did it make the list?
6th.
Wow.
It's right
That's,
there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to Misery.
Number
I've
5.
avoided that my entire. There's a couple of these I've avoided, not watched purposefully almost.
So I haven't seen that one.
There's that one in Pet
that
Sematary.
one, That one.
You haven't seen Shawshank Redemption?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
I've watched it like 800 times probably.
I've seen 1408 multiple
But
times.
I've only seen the beginning
seen
15
that one.
minutes like twice.
I haven't seen that one.
Which one?
Running Man. I haven't seen Dolores
haven't seen
Claiborne.
The Running Man?
I've seen The Mist. I haven't seen that one or that one.
Our
or that
listeners
one.
don't know which one you're talking about.
It doesn't. They don't.
But they
know.
could count how many of them I haven't seen.
Oh, okay.
They keep it in tally.
Yeah, a lot of these
Someone
I
I was
haven't
yelling,
seen.
"Stop talking over stage! I'm trying to tally."
All right, so if you want to keep up, watch Creepshow 2 next. Probably not going to see it before next week, although I guess we could. We're going to record.
If I remember
early
right, it has a
next
pretty
week.
good cast.
Okay. Yeah, it has.
Or was that Creepshow?
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, maybe it was Creepshow.
Yeah, I don't think we looked up Creepshow 2 cast.
Oh, maybe that's why it's not ranked as high because it has a lesser cast.
Maybe.
So is it going to be like along the lines of Cat's Eye, where it's multiple stories?
Probably, but probably more horrific.
Oh.
Hopefully.
I don't know. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
Some of these I wouldn't doubt if I watched at my friend's house growing up on his laser disc.
Mm. So if we want to watch this before next episode, we'd have to do it probably Saturday or Monday.
Monday I don't work, so I can do that whenever.
I don't know if I have anything going on Monday.
Okay. All right, we'll talk about it then, I guess. Once you determine your Monday plans.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that's Nerdiculture.
Yay.
We should mix that up and like have it take place of technology or random news occasionally.
No.
Oh.
All right, for Technergy, we're going to talk about wind power.
Oh, I thought that was a wind power.
They should put these all in Washington D.C.
So this one
All the hot air
The-
mic.
is from wired.co.uk, and it has something funny in the byline. It says, "The record-breaking wind farm."
The breaking wind.
How'd they get that past the editors?
So the
hyphen.
UK is one of the world's leaders in wind
Killing birds.
energy.
Oh.
So this article is about these super large wind turbines that they're installing off the coast of Scotland.
Is it cost efficient?
Yeah, so this one
May not be cost efficient, but it's God efficient.
this one wind turbine, one rotation is enough to power the average home for one day.
How much does it cost to build?
So
To maintain, that's a big thing.
the
Like,
entire
ones here
wind
are
farm
expensive.
was 300 million British pounds, and when it's completed, it will be able to provide 70% of Aberdeen's domestic, so household energy, and about a quarter of its total energy demand. So that's cool. They're 8.4 megawatt turbines, and they're almost 200 meters tall. So, like, half the height of Europe's tallest building, which is in London. It's offshore. Apparently, you can see it from shore because President Trump tried to get it shut down because you could see it from one of his golf courses.
Well, that sounds like politics because I'm sure there's plenty of liberals on the left and right coasts that would be opposed to him politically that don't allow this stuff in view of their mansions.
Yeah, I don't know.
I particularly don't like wind turbines, the look of it. I think they ruined a drive that I used to make all the time.
I find them
Or let's
pleasing
say you're
to
doing
look
an
at.
overland journey and it ruins your view of the skies because there's a bunch of red blinking lights.
Oh, yeah, at night, the blinking lights,
Especially in a place
Don't
where
care.
hydropower is so readily available
right.
and cheap.
But now they want to take all the dams out because of fish.
Oh my gosh.
But
I prefer the power plants that are powered by endangered animals. Just kidding.
on hamster wheels.
They just throw them in.
Oh.
Feed them. Oh, I'm kidding, of course.
So the average wind turbine installed last year was 5.9 megawatts.
Why don't they do some of the military technology and install LEDs on one side of the blade and cameras on the other side so it takes a picture of what's past it and displays that?
That would make it less
Even-
cost effective.
It would be more expensive.
Yeah, but it'd be way cooler because you'd be able to see it.
Okay,
Well,
but
they kill more birds, maybe.
oh,
He
Maybe.
just wants to kill more birds.
Well, they kill birds anyways.
yeah, but then you can harvest them to feed the homeless. You just have
These
somebody.
blades are big enough to kill airplanes.
You just have somebody going around the base of them and collect the birds
Out in the ocean?
and bats. Well, on the land.
and then use them for food for
And
the homeless
wolves.
Yeah.
shelters?
Oh, wait, I guess voles wouldn't be flying.
Typically, unless it was being carried by a
How
bird
are these
that ran
things
into it.
killing so many chickens?
Skip a bit, Brother Barnard.
So GE is going to come out with some 12 megawatt
It's pronounced ghee.
turbines, and these things are going to be even taller,
Oh, great.
220 meter diameter.
Diameter. Wow.
Well, because larger blades.
How are they going to get the materials to build them where they go? Have you
Oh,
seen when they
the
transport
rotor
the-
diameter.
Yeah.
I
So,
was thinking the diameter of the structure holding it up.
oh no.
Wow!
That's huge.
Why don't we hook? Yeah, we just hook a bunch of windmill things on all the tall buildings in Chicago, the Windy City.
So the reason you want a larger blade is because you can supply more torque to the generator.
I'm just saying it's harder to get it there because already as big as they are, they take up almost oversized loads on the roads.
Right. But these are the big ones are offshore, so you build them near the coast, I guess, and then barge them. So you can get more torque on the generator, so you can have a bigger generator.
And there's wind is higher.
The wind is higher up high. So the higher the blade is, the more efficient. And you can... I think they said they operate at lower wind speeds.
Can we at least build them out of photovoltaic cells?
That would be cool.
That way you get wind and solar.
Yeah.
Can you build miniature golf courses around them?
How about we just use nuclear power?
Well...
Nuclear power windmill?
Yeah! Think how fast you can push the wind to push at this thing. Giant nuclear powered fan.
I think you're losing efficiency.
We could just take old submarines, fill the front of them full of water so they stick out of the water, and then you use
propeller
the
sticks
propellers
out.
to push air at the fans.
Probably not cost effective for maintenance.
What we need is...
They should put solar panels
Geopower.
on the blades. That way it can be radiation powered as well.
Yeah.
They should put them underneath waterfalls.
That...
Well, it's called hydropower.
So, another new thing that they're starting to do is instead of having them in shallow water so that you can anchor it to the ground, they have
underwater?
floating turbines.
That's good
So
for the
then you
environment.
just anchor them, and so you can
How
put
do you
them
get
in
the power to where it goes on land?
cables.
Yeah, you definitely need to anchor it because
Otherwise, it floats away.
China takes it.
pushing.
Paint it red.
The wind's pushing.
We have a new wind turbine.
Yeah,
You can get
so
it spinning really fast and then push it close to shore and tip it over into the city. Look at all the people.
no, but so they can use them in more places, like in the Mediterranean, the Atlantic, and
Strangely enough, I'm not that into wind power. You guys tell?
Yeah, we could tell.
I was getting that vibe.
Why don't we use geopower, where you put the new carbon nanotubes down into the hot mantle of the Earth and just pull the power out and use it to boil water?
Because they have a hard time making really long carbon nanotubes.
They're getting there, though. They should put more energy into that instead of these ugly eyesores.
Or they could use geostorms to.
Yeah!
Hey, if we somehow create a big hole in the atmosphere so we can suck all the cold from space, we can call it a giant cyclone.
Suck all the cold from space.
This
It
was
doesn't
from,
work that way.
But this is from that movie.
You must be a civil engineer.
This is from that
There's
movie.
this thing called
Thermodynamics.
I know. I'm quoting the movie that's based on Al Gore's documentary, where global warming caused an ice age.
Oh, you're talking about The Day After Tomorrow?
Yes, that one. Because that made sense.
So,
Yeah, why don't we just use these for like derricks to like get oil and then burn that?
yeah. Let's see.
Soil pressure.
So, just last year, the UK added 1.7 gigawatts of capacity with wind turbines. And that was over half of the new wind power in all of Europe.
That's because most of Europe uses nuclear.
So, speaking of nuclear, 25% of the electricity comes from a combination of nuclear and wind power.
Did they split that up into what percentage of that percentage is each?
Not sure, but it's... Oh, so 25% comes from wind alone. I'd have to read this better. Let's see. Oh, over 50% of their power came from nuclear and renewable. And half of that was wind power.
Have you looked into thorium reactors, nuclear reactors?
Yeah, I think we talked about that
Okay.
before. But I don't think anybody's building those commercially yet.
Because they weren't very good for making weapons grade.
Yes. Let's see. The cool thing about thorium is you can make like neighborhood-sized ones.
Yeah, and it's only like
And they're not
300 year
dangerous.
half-life or something.
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah, so the UK is trying to be the world's leader in wind. Because, especially with the offshore ones, because they have, I mean, they're surrounded by water. So, and with these bigger ones, they can put them further off, and their new floating style, they can put them further offshore so that you can't see them from land, and then people that think they're an eyesore don't have to see them. I was thinking you could even use them to help ships navigate, and use them as like
Navigational beacon.
navigational beacons, or have them have like GPS
bee power.
stations. But all the bees are dying, remember?
Mechanical bees.
Oh.
They're
I
actually
think
coming
I
out
saw a
with
show on that.
Have you seen that? They're actually coming out with
Yeah,
real ones.
somebody... Who was that? What country was that? I think it was the UK. Was coming out with robotic bees.
Isn't that where the TV show took place too?
Yes.
Yes.
Coincidence? I think not.
I hope you don't have a fear of bees.
Those are mechanical ones.
So there's actually a couple of hours from here, and you can see like the nuclear power plant silo, but they never got the plant running.
Thanks, 70s activists.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Anyways, the future is renewable energy and nuclear. Fusion. We'll do a fusion sometime because there's been advances in that. But
We should get Tesla broadcast energy.
that you still have to produce it.
I know, but we can produce it from solar panels in space.
Yeah.
Direct solar.
Then you have to get the stuff into space.
That's what SpaceX is for.
Yeah, there you go. And that's Technergy.
So I'm going to talk about a technology also.
What?
But this is for building homes. It's from a
Ooh.
French company that
Ooh la la.
basically have panels, small panels, one for the exterior wall, one for the interior wall, and then you hook them together with rubber mallet driven or
Dowels,
kind of.
pins.
Passenger pigeons.
Yeah, but it makes it look like bricks. So they're made out of
I
wood.
see.
And then you fill the space in between with renewable either bark mulch or
Wind power?
You could do wool. They only have 4 models right now. At some point I would hope that they can make it so you could
It's only a model.
build whatever you want.
So you buy it as a kit?
Yeah, and you can just put it together with your friends.
So how much does this cost?
So the most expensive one, if you go up to the top, there's
Passive houses?
models. Go over to the passive houses, go to models.
It's only a model.
It's like 149,000 for their 1,400 square foot. No, 1,300 square foot. But that's probably just the building. So then you have to get either a pad or they build. So you can build on a concrete pad,
Okay.
slab on grade, or you could build it with. They put it on small little stilts, kind of like I did with my shed.
Oh.
To keep, because it's wood, you want to keep it off the ground,
Yeah.
away from termites, because they would have a field day.
Right.
So it's French right now. They're just trying to, I think, get their company off
French
the ground.
cut walls.
But they claim a big savings in energy bills. Also, construction cost is low because you're building it yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So the first issue is that the largest model is smaller than my house,
Right.
and my house is too small.
Well,
So-
it is while you have kids.
Yeah. But this would be cool because you could build it where you don't have access
So-
for like
And
big.
they also have like a one
equipment.
that's designed for like a studio, so you can make a studio. It's the outbuilding.
This would be cool to build as a second building on your property if you had.
Right, mother-in-law suite or
Yeah.
studio. Like
Yeah, that's cool. So the cheapest one is 646 square feet, and it's $75K US.
So, there you go. I saw some videos on Facebook, and so I tracked down the company. And
So what about the roof?
the roof comes in modular like
made of bark.
joists. Yeah,
Just kidding.
roof. So you can see kind
Oh,
of
I
the
see.
edge.
Okay. And then they
fit in there. Yeah.
So what does it mean by passive houses?
They're kind of passive aggressive. They're not active.
It's like there's less heating and cooling
Okay.
energy going into it.
So it's a
low
low
energy.
energy consumption
Right.
design. It's an envelope. Cool. Excellent.
But the cool thing is you
Airtightness.
would build it yourself.
Yeah.
You get the kit, everything's well laid out, and you just, like I said, the tools are a rubber mallet.
That's cool. Yeah, see, I was looking at like, what do they call it?
Look, they have little things to put the,
Pole,
talking like a,
Pulled pork.
barn pole house or something.
oh, they're like a yurt.
No, this was like a normal-ish looking house, but it's basically built around these big poles that you put in, but you could build it yourself.
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
prefer to use Germans.
okay. You're gonna build out of Germans, like their bones,
Instead of
or
poles.
oh, why not use Slavs? Which is where the word slave came from.
Pole barn
Oh.
home. I just had the words backwards.
Oh, yeah.
They're kind of just
I
like a
prefer
rectangle
pulled
when you're
barn
done, but
homes.
Some of the most efficient ones are the what are they called? Cob houses, where it's basically
Oh.
compacted soil
I prefer using
or
corn
cob.
cobs.
I guess it's not.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
certain
got,
type
like-
of soil.
doesn't have like straw in it.
Yeah,
I feel like corned cob works better than creamed corn.
yeah. Cream corn would be a poor. Might make a
You'd
good.
have to pour it.
Might make a good insulator. Pour it into the walls cavity. If you get hungry, you just tap it.
You have taps all over the wall. Oh boy.
Kits.
How much are these ones?
That's what I was kind of looking for.
It's like a steel home or building, right?
You're gonna
I
steal the
guess.
building?
I was thinking it was wood.
Dun
But
dun dun. I want the concrete, like 3D printed house.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Literally.
Oh, this isn't just talking about barn pole houses.
No, it's not.
Pole barn houses.
It's like an old pole barn. Yurts are the most efficient cost per square foot, though.
Okay,
Yogurt?
so this
Yurt.
kit is 2,500 square feet, and it's $35,500 with free shipping.
What's it made out of?
On eBay.
All right, let's
Do you
see.
really want to buy your home on eBay?
Well, that was an example.
Oh, okay.
Here's one.
Does that part doesn't include the site prep or the
No.
foundation or
No.
the roofing? That's probably just the main structure of the house.
Why can't you just tell me the price?
Why don't you tell me what the?
Anyways, it was like that. It was under 50 grand for a decent sized one when I was looking into it.
I would guess if you calculated all the costs of building these, including the site prep and all that, you would be very close to within, I don't know, 40% of each other.
40%, that's pretty big when you're talking tens of thousands or hundreds of
But
thousands.
you get the same difference just by going into a different neighborhood, or that's another thing. Is a lot of these buildings wouldn't work in a lot of the new neighborhoods. You'd have
Yeah.
to buy land, which you want to live in a barn.
All right. Yeah, even the ones that say price, you can't get the price.
No, you can't.
Oh, our kits start around $4,000. But
For how big?
the small one is,
Oh, they have prices right there.
oh, it's on the picture.
But that's for no, like, that's just the
That's for
outside
a
structure.
barn.
Ooh, I want a horse riding arena. Does that come with a horse?
No.
Oh.
So 40 by 80 is $21,000. And then you'd have to build your interior walls yourself.
It does come with the 12 by 12 non-insulated overhead doors and the 3-foot steel door. which means it's going to be cold. I'm guessing
Yeah.
the energy efficiency of these are not quite as good.
Probably
Ones
not.
are made out of metal.
Huh.
Oh, the nice thing about building with wood too is they hold up to seismic activity better
Oh,
because they have some give.
okay.
So anyways, that's
would
the news. They would.
Ah.
That's the news.
All right.
All
If
right.
you want to support the Enginerdy Show, go to engineerdyshow.com or theengineerdyshow.com. Not sure what's going to happen when our thing expires.
It'll be next month, so we'll find out.
Um,
Hopefully they actually do what they said they would and cancel.
in
it.
our top menu, there are links to Amazon.com where you can do your online shopping.
at Amazon.
Do all your shopping.
At Amazon.
That's where I do a lot of my shopping. It's great. Stuff gets shipped
You buy
free
grapes
because
there?
I have Amazon Prime, and it's usually here in a couple days. So before you
I'm
go,
gonna be D-Vitamus Prime.
swing
next
by
week.
theengineerdyshow.com and click through our link so that they will send us a little bit of compensation. All right, our next segment is consumption.
I consume things.
Whoa. Yeah, you did.
I watched the Black Sheep.
The Black Sheep.
Black
Oh,
Sheep
that's a
with
good movie.
Chris Farley
Not a good movie.
and
not as good as I remember
David
it.
Spade.
David Spade, Chris Farley.
It's probably more like
Gary
Ace
Busey.
Ventura, When Nature Calls.
Yes.
It's got great scenes.
There are some great scenes, especially when they're
Limit.
driving in the cop car and they had gone over this piece of road construction and the
The NOS.
nitrous oxide leaking into the car, and they're laughing and
It's very funny.
They get
do you know
pulled
how
over.
fast you were going?
Well, this thing's got a.
Yeah.
He explains.
7. You're going 7 miles an hour. Normally, when I pull people over, they pull over to the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's
He's
got
right in
Nick
the middle of
Nolte in it.
That's Gary Busey.
Gary Busey, that's what I meant. Same guy.
It's also funny when Chris Farley falls down the mountain.
For like 5 minutes, right?
But a lot of the humor is very juvenile.
Yeah.
And
What?
That's why.
there's a lot
Based
of
on a
just,
Saturday Night Live skit?
there's just a lot of Chris Farley being idiotic.
Yeah.
So
He didn't ever have a chance to mature into a mature actor.
right.
Yeah. A lot of those movies I really liked when I was a teenager, but
Yeah.
I'm afraid to watch them now.
Tommy Boy's good.
Yeah, I've seen that somewhat recently. Not as good as when I was a teenager, but still good.
I watched a movie called Colossal. It came out last year, 2017. It stars Anne Hathaway and some other dude that looked kind of familiar to me, but I
Nick
haven't
Nolte.
seen any of the movies he's been in.
Is it Nick Nolte?
No.
Bobby.
I wasn't sure I would like it based on the description, but yeah. But I actually ended up really liking it.
Jason Sudeikis.
Yes.
Dan
Okay.
Stevens.
So
Oh, Tim Blake Nelson.
it
Oh,
starts with
What's
Anne
it on?
Hathaway. We got it through Netflix DVD,
Hmm.
but it starts with Anne Hathaway, and she's kind of a wreck, and her boyfriend kicks her out, so she moves back to her hometown. And there's also a giant monster that's destroying Seoul, and she figures out that somehow she's connected to the monster.
So it's just following her
Ooh.
movements.
Spoilers. I guess you
I
can tell
guess,
that
I
from
haven't seen it.
from the movie poster. I will neither confirm nor deny.
Okay.
Things go sideways halfway through, and
She
you're
falls
just
over?
like, well, the spoilers. Oh. No,
It's a film by Nacho Vigalondo.
it's the kind of thing where something changes, which kind of throws you for a loop, but then you realize that there were signs that this was the case.
So
all
it's
along.
water kills it.
But the end,
They're actually in modern times.
the way it ends was great. I thought it was awesome.
The Airbender is the Avatar.
Anyway,
Uh,
I thought it was a good movie.
Okay.
It's rated R for language.
Korean.
Yeah, some of it's in Korean. Yeah, I
R would be
liked
for
it.
Russian, wouldn't it?
Romanish. I finished reading a book called The Lives of Teo.
Huh.
I think it was the first book by that author.
So not very good then. No.
Hold on, I need to figure out what the guy's name is.
Teo. Already said
No,
that.
the author.
Oh, it's not an autobiography?
No, it isn't. I don't. Well, maybe.
Hopefully not.
Wesley Chu.
Wesley Chu. Thank you. You looked it up quicker than I could on my phone.
Isn't it pronounced Cha?
No,
Oh. How do you know?
because I've heard this guy on a podcast.
Oh, when you pronounce it Chew.
Yes. Sometimes he sits.
He
in
doesn't even
for
know
the-
how to pronounce his own name.
I believe
Oh.
it's the guy. If it's the same guy, I think it is. He sits in on a podcast called Writing Excuses.
I've heard that one.
So he's sometimes in that. The basic premise of the book is that there's this alien species that's been on Earth since the time of the dinosaurs. That
It is
kind
the
of-
dinosaur.
they can't exist for very long in our atmosphere,
Spoiler.
but they can merge with organic organisms. Organic.
So they're
with
no
organisms.
so
No
grown without-
inorganic organisms.
So grown without any fertilizer then?
Yeah. Only organic fertilizer.
Isn't all fertilizer organic?
No,
Um,
you can use just like.
But they've been trying to guide.
Don't they use just like nitrogen or?
I think that's considered organic.
They've been trying to
Phosphorus?
guide
No, it
evolution
isn't.
and then technology to a point that they can build spaceships and leave the Earth. But there's two different factions.
Like I told you, this is very similar to my first novel. Not my first one, I guess. My second one.
And so it's about a human that gets joined with one of these aliens and
The first enemies.
no.
Oh.
Sorry. And he's so a lot of times they will train up people to become hosts, and so they give them all the kinds of paramilitary training and espionage training and all this kind of stuff. Well,
Sounds like my third book.
if
Oh.
if their host dies and they're not near a viable host, they have to take whatever comes up, whether it be an animal or in this case a overweight program or software engineer.
I
Who
was
plays
probably
video
going to say
games.
like a late night talk show host,
Could be the same.
because that would be awesome.
Anyway,
Very meta.
it was pretty good for a first novel.
It's the first one you read, huh?
First,
I would have thought you were more read than that.
no, it was the first one. I think it was the first one
Oh,
he
you
wrote.
wrote. Okay.
There's more in the series,
Oh,
so anyway, that's mine consumption.
you can buy it on Amazon
Through our
for
website.
I borrowed it from the library, so
$7
The
and
Amazon library?
58 cents,
no, the local library in our town.
or you can get it on Kindle for $7.
Wait, we have a library?
There's two
I'm just
local
kidding.
libraries.
Two. Oh,
There's
yeah.
one near you.
Yeah,
St. Jimmy.
I don't go to that one as often.
Oh, yeah, I've been to that one. It's very small.
It is small.
That's why I don't go to it as often.
You can reserve books online and have them delivered there, and you can pick them up.
Oh, I usually look and see what library the book I want is at, and then we go there as a family trip.
I just buy
Oh.
books.
It's fun. My kids like going to the library,
Yeah, I found
different libraries.
I found a what's it called?
Bush?
Thrift store.
Wart.
A thrift store that has
Oh,
paperbacks for 50 cents and hardbacks for $1.
I didn't know 50 Cent
What?
wrote a book.
no, they're for him.
Oh, for him.
yeah.
Yes.
So that all rhymes.
I picked up some Tom Clancy books right there, so that's pretty
Ooh.
cool.
Do they
These
have?
are like the 2-inch thick paperbacks.
Yeah. I wonder if they have some of these Stephen King books. That
Probably.
Maybe you should go check it out.
where is it?
It's the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store.
Oh,
It's
I know where
DePaul.
that is.
Yeah.
The new
It's
one.
very busy.
They just built it,
When they're
Yes.
open, there's usually a packed parking lot.
Yes.
so I should go there when they're closed.
Yes. Then you get books for free.
Oh boy.
I watched The Truman Show with my oldest son and my
Truly?
wife, and it was funny because we obviously knew what was going on, and he
Right.
was like
Isn't
getting...
Ed Harrison that?
Yeah, he is. He's the director.
He's not the sheriff.
No, he's not the movie's director. He's
The guy in the
not
movie
the
shot the
deputy.
sheriff,
plays a director, in
but he
the
didn't shoot
movie.
the deputy.
That's right.
He wanted
I thought
to.
the deputy was gonna die, but
So
I
did
thought he was
I.
going to shoot the deputy.
He was from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
was he?
Yeah, he was Vernon T. Waldrop.
Oh,
It's good. It's Jim Carrey. He's not totally goofy in it, but
not
Oh.
totally.
I guess
This is his path onto the normal, like,
yeah. So he
non-fun movies.
basically, the gist of the movie is he lives in a constructed world where everyone in it is an actor except for him.
And he doesn't know it, right?
He doesn't know that he doesn't just live in the normal world, because this production studio adopted him as a baby, and he grew up on TV.
He's being watched. He doesn't know it.
There's thousands of cameras around that are just watching everything he does, and the plot of the movie is he starts realizing what's going on. It was really good.
Eventually, DVD will realize that that's been going on to him. Oh, I'm gonna get fired, aren't I?
Yes. Well, one of the
So many
things that
bad actors,
happens
then.
is, in order to keep him from wanting to leave, they're on like an island, and his dad takes him sailing, and there's a storm, and his dad, dies in the sailboat, and so that gives him this fear of the water, and so he can't even drive on the bridge that goes over the water to get to the mainland, and his dad, the actor that played his dad, sneaks back into the city,
That's why they should have killed him in
and
real
he
life.
sees him, and that leads to him figuring out stuff, questioning,
Whether his dad was a twin.
Well, he does ask his
The baseball player,
Mom.
not the genetic anomaly.
that if his dad had a brother or something, but yeah, it's good.
Cool.
And my wife and I watched Bad
I
Boys
love
with
that movie.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. It is hilarious, but riddled with swear words. Other than that, it wouldn't be.
I like the sequel when
Rated R.
they're getting yelled at by their captain.
Yeah. How did you sink a boat?
How did you crash a boat?
Yeah, yeah. It's good. It's these two cops. They're friends, but they fight
One's
constantly.
A rich single dude, and one is a family man.
Yeah.
And then to placate a informant, they have to switch roles.
Yeah, they have to go and pick up this woman that witnessed a crime, but she'll only talk to the one that's the single guy. But he's not there when she calls, and so Martin Lawrence has to pretend to be Will Smith and go and get her and bring her to Will Smith's apartment and pretend to be him. It's funny because there's like pictures of Will Smith all over the place. And she's like, "Who's that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's my partner." She's like, "Why do you have so many pictures of him?" It's funny, so it's good.
No, I mean partner.
No, he's,
Oh yeah, he's single.
he explains it by like, "Oh yeah, we're really close, and I have a picture for each time he saved my life or something."
Oh,
But she eventually figures it out because she has to meet his partner, who is pretending to be the married guy, and it's funny. And Martin Lawrence's wife doesn't know what's going on. She thinks he's out of town. He tells her he's out of town, but then he ends up on the news.
uh-oh.
So she goes, and busts
It's been a
him.
long time since I've seen that.
It's really good. If you can get past all this swearing.
Watch the TBS version.
That's the thing
I
with
think that's the one I watched.
Netflix is there's no edited versions of anything anymore. So,
There's still TV.
oh well, if you have TV, there is. But
Like a Neanderthal.
yeah, what are you, a caveman watching TV?
Yes. I watch the Flintstones.
The
reality
Flintstones
TV show.
movie with John
John
Goodman
Goodman.
and
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis is on Netflix.
I'm sorry.
I'm not planning on watching it, but I thought it
wouldn't.
was funny that you.
It also has that
Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the lady that played the gorilla on Tarzan.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she
You know,
plays Tarzan's
the
friend.
Phil Collins movie Tarzan.
Oh, the cartoon.
yeah.
Wow, that's a
They picked her. She didn't have to put much makeup on.
Wow.
No.
just in shape for a while.
She was also in A League of Their Own.
And she's
Yeah.
also kind of crazy. Not
All right.
deep end
What
recently.
did DVD watch?
I started watching a TV show.
The
It's on Amazon called The Americans.
Yeah, my coworker Rob has
It's-
recommended
Takes
that.
place in the very early 80s when Ronald Reagan first gets elected, and it follows a group of, or the family that they're both Russian spies.
Hmm.
The husband and
They're
wife.
living-
Their kids don't know.
Oh yeah,
They're kind of a sleeper cell. And it's very interesting.
their neighbors are like CIA agents.
FBI agent
Oh,
moves in next
FBI.
door.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's pretty good. And then
Yeah,
I've
that's
started.
been recommended
I didn't
to
put that
me.
on there, but I started season 2 of. What's that? So I just watched last time.
Winnie the Pooh.
No, Sneaky Pete.
Oh,
He's even
He's-
sneakier in this one.
he's very sneaky.
Very sneaky. It's pretty good.
Is he in Toy Story?
Pete? Or repeat?
There's a snake in my boot.
Oh. No.
Sneaky.
It's a
Pete.
snake, not a sneak. There's a sneak in my boot. It's Sneaky Pete, not
Sneaker.
Snaky Pete.
Not Stinky Pete.
That's Stinky Pete.
Oh, that Stinky Pete was in Toy Story 2.
Also? Or
No, two.
Two.
Dos.
the second one. The sequel.
D.
Toy
Duh.
Story Part 2.
Yeah. Anyway, so I've been watching also a lot of YouTube videos of D&D
Tube?
stuff.
Of views?
I'm going to start making some miniature models for...
Of views?
No.
Yes,
Oh.
There could
YouTube.
be, I
It's the
guess.
sheep videos or online sheep video
Very
service.
popular in Montana.
It's, well, you buy meat in the tube.
Oh.
So it's a sheep meat.
YouTube. Okay, that's got to be a fake sponsor in the future. Although we've already explained it, so
You can make tube socks out of it.
Interesting.
wool
That-
socks.
That
are
was a really
YouTubes.
short consumption for me.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
You guys took way too long with yours.
Sorry,
I'm just kidding. Turnabout's fair play.
we spent so long you didn't have time to watch anything.
Huh, good.
I've been nerding out on something.
Uh-huh. Are we going to cover that in Nerdcraft?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's
It's
do
called
Nerd
foreshadowing.
Cred.
Yes, so, you know the game Harry Potter Battle for Hogwarts?
I
I was
do.
playing it before I came
I
here.
do.
Well, my wife and I got to level 7, and we beat it in our first try.
There's level 7.
Nice.
Yes.
Year 7.
Oh,
Year
that's
7.
true. I was thinking 6 was the highest one. Never
No.
mind.
So is she getting more into gaming?
She likes that game.
Oh, good.
She probably doesn't like gaming when it's
We should have
out,
you over to play the Monster Box of Monsters.
Yeah, we should
Or I
try
can,
that.
because I have the same thing.
Well, whichever one has us over first. Who has the
It's a
best
race.
desserts?
Me, obviously.
Hmm.
So my wife has complained in the past about my planning my own birthday parties
Why?
because she never has an opportunity to step up and maybe throw a surprise party or plan
That's
something.
why I go camping for my birthday. No surprise parties.
So I'm not planning anything this year. We'll see
Okay.
what happens.
Oh, we have a softball game that
I have
night
scouts that night. So
That's fine. And the golf course is closed that day, so
your birthday is going to be very
it's
boring.
going to suck. But I'm not going to be at work, so it'll be that.
Yeah. You should just go to work.
Oh. Why would you say that?
I always go to work on my birthday.
I always
Weird.
go camping on my birthday.
I haven't been to work
Although I don't know how that's going to work out this
on
year.
my birthday in like 8 years.
Hmm.
I never went to school on my birthday.
Me neither.
Oh my gosh.
All right, should we do nerd cred for reals?
Let's do it.
That was my nerd cred.
Oh, good job.
What was it?
Did-
I beat level 7
Level
of
7.
Hogwarts with my wife.
Wow.
Memory.
Short term.
I failed to beat box 4 of the Monster Box of Monsters today
I've
with my wife.
Never played beyond box 1.
Okay.
I've beaten box 1 before.
So this nerd cred isn't really for me, but there's somebody in my office They're actually the rigging supervisor. He has a batleth, like a miniature one, on his desk
Cool.
in a little stand. And I caught him using it to put a hole in his belt, like punch a new belt hole.
like an
So it's
awl.
functional.
He was using it as an awl. I was like, well, it's got to be used for something besides like fighting
Could use
tiny
it as a letter opener.
Klingons.
You have tiny Klingons in your building?
Oh yeah, we call them rats, but
Do you give them Klingon names?
They have ridges on their foreheads.
Gork, son of Mleth.
Mleth.
I don't know.
Awesome.
That was the only thing I could think of.
Uh,
Well, the nerdy part is I thought that was cool.
So I don't know if you guys know this about me,
yes, we do.
but certain times when I get a new interest, I go overboard
Yes,
just a little bit.
believe it.
So my kids have been wanting to play Dungeons and Dragons with me as their dungeon master for quite some time. So I've
But
decided
you told them that's the devil.
That was
No.
10 years ago, and now you finally... No, just kidding.
no. In fact, my two older ones have been in the Dungeons and Dragons club at the high school,
Mm.
and one of them after high school still continues to have friends at our house. And I found out recently he's the
Does he
dungeon
LARP?
master. They do
Whoa.
not LARP.
Oh, okay.
This is dice rolling and things.
Uh,
Voice acting,
They-
however, maybe.
They DARP.
yeah.
Dead
dice action. Dice action role-playing.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Darping.
yeah. They
Darp.
DARP.
Derp to derp.
Derp.
That's so DARPy.
So I decided to make my own world. So I you looked up some online.
I thought you were in your own world for quite a while now.
I saw your map.
So I've drawn a map, like a fantasy map. I'm still working on it.
It's a fantasy
And then, of course,
map.
because of me, it's
Rivers
me.
flow uphill.
No, they don't.
I'm just kidding.
They can if there's magic. But so I took my main map and the partial completion it was, and brought it into AutoCAD, so I
Of
could
course.
split up,
As
the
you would
countries
do.
and label capitals and things like that. The lore behind my map and my planning of my world is going to be based on Thundercats,
Okay.
which makes sense if you know me.
Thunder, thunder, thunder.
I've thought recently maybe I should add
Thundercats.
some, maybe a little He-Man tinge in there.
Snarf.
There's a
Nothing
city
like
named
Thundera,
Starf.
is it?
It's very close to the city named after Lion-O, as one would be. But this is like ancient, their lore, so it'd be like eventually the Thundercats lost to Mumra, never living,
Mhm.
and now and now a lot of things are named after different things from
Because you
Thundercats.
usually name things after people that have been defeated in battle.
Maybe they weren't defeated in battle. Maybe
Oh,
they just
okay.
eventually just died off on their own.
So I've been listening to D&D and B&B and D&D.
Uh-huh.
Ben and Brian from Happy Cast's
Oh.
D&D
Let's
podcast.
keep bed and breakfast. D&D is like, that's weird. Why
And
would
their
you do
last
Ben and
episode was hilarious.
that? I need to
I'm
catch
still
up.
trying to catch up. I'm not able to.
I was-
it won't work on Stitcher
Yeah,
at work. So I'm,
there's a
oh,
couple of different shows I used to listen to on Stitcher that Stitcher doesn't work anymore.
I download them
Same
to
here.
my phone's podcast app, and
I need
it
to
always
do that
works.
because I have iTunes now and I've easy access to podcasts, but I haven't got around to doing that.
That'd be a good thing for me to listen to while I'm starting my new D&D obsession after watching YouTube videos at lunch today, and that is making miniature models for using during gameplay.
for marping.
Map
Miniature
action?
model
Oh.
action play.
It's actually marping.
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 Oh, marp.
And then what else did I put on there?
Pen.
Creating.
Oh, so I bought my son his first Pentel
fans,
P207. It's a dark charcoal color.
and you can make fans out of them.
That's what
No,
my
making him
first
into
thought.
a fan.
Oh, I see.
Like, how do you make fans out of
He
those?
came over from school and said, "Dad, none of my friends know anything about Pentel." I was like, "Well, we got to fix that." At a parent teacher conference, I commented on his teacher's P205,
Nice.
and he got a weird look from the technology teacher.
Oh, Pentel.
I also got a new Pentel. It is a silver Pentel.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
It's lovely. That's what I use to draw my map. It's a P207. So for some of the finer work, I need to maybe bring my P203 from
I
work.
flew one of those in Little Nettie Goes to War.
I think I can remember.
Yeah, actually, it was my stunt double, but I think I can remember.
You gotta be careful with P2O3 though, because the lead is enough that it'll cut through paper if you're not careful. Come on, pens are fun.
That's a pencil if it has lead.
What?
You were talking about the lead, and then you said they're pens.
Pentels.
Yes,
You know,
I
it's
get
not
that
actually
name.
lead. It's graphite.
You can get lead still.
They never made them out of lead.
Never?
Never.
Ever?
Ever.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It was actually lead, because it's the lead part of the pencil that, and then people just thought it, yeah.
Never ever?
Never, ever, ever. I'm sorry to break this to you.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty
Pencils
sure.
ever contain lead. Lead pencils were never made with lead.
Huh.
What about the paint on the outside of it?
That could be lead-based paint.
If it's a Chinese pencil. Dun, dun, dun.
So according to the Washington Post,
Oh, you can't
pencils
trust that.
never contained lead. Well, here's Science Focus. The Romans and Egyptians used a lead stylus to write on papyrus, but the wooden pencil has always contained graphite.
Good to know, because I don't know, lots of people have been stabbed on accident by pencils and had pieces broken off, which explains why they didn't go crazy and die from lead poisoning.
Okay.
Cool.
The more you know.
Our final segment is feedback. We got a couple likes on our website from
Better than getting licks.
other bloggers
Ooh.
known as Cooking Without Limits and Blackwing 666.
Does that mean that you don't use measuring cups?
Yes. That's what I got.
They
from
just
that.
keep on making it until you have no more material.
Limit.
Mm,
It means that they do not use
donuts?
calculus in their cooking.
Oh, I've been doing it all wrong then, because
Yeah.
I always use calculus. When
You
I'm
always have to
cooking.
add C. Salt.
Oh, boy.
There was some show we were watching.
And our food always approaches 0. Especially when Peyton comes in the room.
There was some show I was watching, and they were making a calculus joke about adding C.
Hmm.
Can't remember what it was. Anyways, and Boyd, Chad, and El Pishko liked our Pinterest
Yes, the
board.
G.I. Joe one.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
I should have some more
thanks,
on there.
gentlemen. If you want to contact us, you can send an email to enginerdyshow@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Did you say me-mail?
Twitter.
Meow, meow.
Oh.
Meow meow. Or you can go to theenginerdyshow.com. There's on each episode there's a link to our Facebook and Twitter.
You can also click on our Amazon banner.
To get to Amazon, do your Amazon shopping. It works in the US and the UK.
Does it work in the UAE?
No,
UE?
it does not. If somebody in the UAE wants and Amazon has it available, I could put a link on there. But I'm not going to do it unless somebody tells me they need it.
Okay.
And I believe them.
How about the new Swaziland?
Swahili?
Swahili?
Swahili.
No, they do not have an Amazon
They
affiliation.
probably don't have the internet.
But they have E on the front of their country name.
Oh, it's weird. It's like they're from the 90s.
Do you think all their bays are eBays?
That's just what there is.
They don't have any bays. They're landlocked.
Zimbabwe's
Are they
changing the name to
completely
Zimbabwe
Yes,
after
they're
they get bought by
entirely
Apple.
encapsulated in South Africa.
I thought they bordered Mozambique.
I was
Mozambique
just
is
looking at it.
Constantinople.
Were you looking at Lesotho?
I was just looking at it the other day.
It's ice.
Oh, it is blocked by Mozambique.
It's now Mozambique.
Oh,
Apple
it's
bought
not
them.
totally encapsulated.
There is a country that is totally.
Oh, it's Lesotho. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the one that I was talking about with my coworker.
Oh, okay.
But then I was telling him about Swaziland, of course,
Yes.
or East Swahili.
What is the name of that city?
Manzini.
No, scroll out a little bit.
Mbane.
Mababane?
Babane.
Benka Lifestyle. That one right there, that lodge, that does not seem racially
Bush
appropriate.
Baby Lodge
So you know,
at
there's animals named that.
Konyeni.
So you know the quiz website that
Yes.
I use, Sporkle?
Sporkle, yes.
I went to Sporkle the day after you told me about that, and they had already made
Changed
so
it?
you could enter that in as the country
That
name.
is
Nice.
a Bush Baby. A Galago.
Galago.
It's a primate.
It's
Who, me?
It's like a squirrel-shaped primate with big eyes.
Whirly.
It's called a primate.
Thank you for listening this
Primate.
week. Stay nerdy.
Live long and nerdy.
Roll for initiative. It's a D&D
I thought you said
thing.
Wilforth Initiative. I'm like, who's that?
Roll for initiative.
Oh, okay.
Decides who goes first in battle.
Yes.